everybody and welcome back to Alex Elliott Golf. Today's video is all about how you can achieve a sound technique chipping off bad lies. How often do we end up around the green and we can see all this nice lush grass around us and we end up in a bare or lie where the ball's cupped by grass, so basically end up in a bad lie. It happens a lot. So if you can actually achieve a sound technique when you're chipping off these bad lies, you can get up and down more times around the green. So for me, where a lot of amateur players and a lot of beginners go wrong with these kind of bad lie chips, they try and play them exactly the same they would off a nice lush grass lie. They try and get a nice technique, which is fine, but then they try and play it normally and they end up duffing, thinning it, or even trying to scoop the ball into the air. So for me, if you set up to the ball as you would off a nice lie, you're already onto a harder shot. You're already onto a loser there, because for me, if you set up to the shot correctly, it really gives you a great chance of creating a good strike off a bad lie. So today we're going to talk through the general setup and the feeling I want you to have through the ball in order to achieve a sound strike off these bad lies. You're going to see some similarities between my other chipping videos when we talked about a sound chipping technique off a good lie, and then I'm going to tell you, and you'll notice this difference here with the techniques. The setup stays the same apart from one point, and the technique is slightly different to a normal chip. So firstly, you'll see the common same thing is, I want the ball in the middle of our stance, point number one, and then I want the stance to be just wide of a club head width apart. So it's just going to be wide of a club width apart, just in a shoulder width apart. A really solid base there. Then from there, with level shoulders, I want you to feel that you've got this weight 70-30 on your lead side. So you can see there you've got 3 or 4 similarities to a normal chip shot. We've not changed any of the setup to begin with. We've got the ball position the same, we've got the stance the same, and we've got the weight on the lead side 70-30 with these level shoulders. Just to remind you guys, you don't want to get this weight on the left side and tip these shoulders up. You want to go into that left pocket, level shoulders, weight 70-30 on that left side. So again, we've got the same setup points as we would with a normal chip shot. Now, this is where it changes. So for a normal chip shot, I see a lot of amateurs take this stance here. So they're kind of nice distance away from the golf ball, quite natural, which is completely fine for chipping off a normal grass lie. Now this is where the chip shot of a bad lie changes. I want you to really get yourself closer to the ball. So you can see this shaft here is getting a lot steeper, a lot more vertical at address, and this will become more apparent in a second. So with that, I want you to get closer to the ball, shuffle in closer, grip down sort of towards the end of the grip. So you're going to force you to do that by getting closer to it. And now I want you to address the ball off the toe of the club. So straight away now we've got all the setup points before. We've got the stance just wide of club width apart, ball position in the middle, weight 70-30 in the lead side, but now we're shuffling closer. This is the difference. We're shuffling closer, gripping down and addressing the ball off the toe. Now let's talk about the feeling I want you to have when hitting this shot. So now we've talked about that setup, let's run through that feeling. So just to summarise, let's get closer to that ball, shaft a little bit more vertical at address with the toe behind the ball than we would normally. Then from there, ball in the middle of the stance, weight 70-30 in the lead side, and just that stance just wide of a club width apart. So we've got the sound technique to begin with. Now, a lot of people tell you to feel relaxed on normal chip shots and feel like the club head can release underneath the ball. That is completely fine. So for me, that is what we'd use on a normal chip shot. Now, I want you to feel more wooden. And the reason for this is, we want the toe to feel like it interacts with the ground a little bit more than the whole of the golf club, okay? That's the feeling I want it to have anyway. So we've got our sound technique. I want to feel, instead of like a nice fluid technique, I want to feel a little bit more wooden. So this triangle, it's almost like a long extended putt. So this triangle you keep, I want you to feel that you keep it back and keep it through. So if I had the same shaft lean at address, this position here, can I recreate that at impact? I don't want to drive with the hands, I don't want to try and scoop the ball off this bad lie also. Can I recreate the sound setup that I have at address? Can I recreate it at impact with the feeling of being wooden with my upper body, okay? That's the feeling I want you to try and create. So let's give that shot a go. So weight on the left side, stance just wide of a club width apart, ball position in the middle. Now the difference is, the shaft is more vertical and I'm gripping down. So that's the only difference in your setup there. You've not changed a lot, you just changed the shaft angle at address. Now I want to feel wooden, addressing this ball behind the toe. Let's see if we can get this toe interacting and that nice crisp lie and crisp strike around the green. So you can see there, even off a bad lie, I've managed to bruise the ground, get a little bit of spin, and give myself an element of control off a bad lie. Now, if you can do that, you can definitely take your game to the next level. These bad lines don't become a problem. Yes, I'm not saying you're going to get them up and down every single time because they are hard, but it's going to give you a building blocks and a better chance in order to improve your short game around the greens and lower your scores. So with that sound technique and that sound setup around the greens, you can see there's two subtle differences there. One, the feeling in the technique of being more wooden and allowing that toe to interact with the ground. And the second one is feeling that that shaft's a little bit more vertical due to standing closer. So if you stand close to that golf ball, this shaft will get more vertical by itself. So for me, all the setup is, the differences are that you're going to stand close to the ball, shaft's more vertical, and feel wooden. If we can feel wooden, we can allow that toe to bruise the ground and really feel that we can get that sound strike even off a bad lie. Thank you for watching today's video on how to hit shots off bad lies. You can now take that and get that into your golf game. Thank you. If you've not already, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and see you next time on Alex Elliott Golf.